as we enter the halfway stage of our first full season with Real Betis, if the form carries on the way it is, we are on course for qualifying for the Champions League. Hello, welcome to Club 3, Part 8 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our final league-based game of the Conference League against FC Sheriff, and we'll also be playing our league match against Barcelona. So an easy game and a tough, well, I'd say a tough game, but I don't really know if any games, well, I'd say most games are tough in the Liga, but this has been the form since the last episode, which we have played quite a lot of football since we had a 2-1 win over Real Madrid. Absolutely insane. Since then, form has been absolutely amazing. We've only dropped 4 points since the last episode, and that was a 2-0 defeat against Vallecano and a 2-2 draw against Pamplona. Apart from that, we've been absolutely amazing. Conference League, easy. And we had a 3-0 win over Struga with the goals coming from Belotta, Vermeeren and Angel. We had a 1-0 win over AK Larnaca, so with Njantu getting a goal in that game. We are also through to the third round of the Spanish Cup, so hopefully we can progress nicely through to the fourth round. The third round is against Levante, so not an easy time, but it's a team we've just beaten. Then our most recent Conference League game, we beat Otelel Galati, who's a Romanian team. We beat them quite comfortably, 3-1 in the end, with the goals coming from Bernal, Smiris and Vermin. So very, very good. This is the league-based table for the Conference League. We're second, qualifying for the round of 16 quite comfortably. So, like I would have expected to. So don't have to worry about going into the playoffs. I mean, looking at the teams in the playoffs, I don't see why we can't go on and win this competition, but the league-wise as well, it's going very, very well, judging by the form. Let's take a look at the table. So we are currently 17 games into the season, fourth in the table, 2 points ahead of Atletico Madrid, which is very, very good. 8 points behind Barcelona. I'm just saying, if we beat them, I'm not going to say we're in a title race or anything. We are obviously getting close to the transfer window. I don't anticipate us doing any business because we've got some money to spend. We don't have a lot of wage budget, but I guess we can switch some of that into wage budget. But then I don't really know what we do in terms of transfers. Obviously, Njantu is still currently leaving us, so maybe we look to sell him and look to get in another player. I don't really know what happens. So this is the lineup for our match against Sheriff. It will be Sissoko in goal, who I don't know what we do about him because he's a good goalkeeper, but I think perhaps next year we do keep Sissoko. Obviously, move on Patia and get in another goalkeeper, whether that's first choice or backup, but that won't be until the summer because I'm quite happy with Sissoko. He puts in some decent performances, and he has a couple of rubbish performances. He's hit and miss, but hopefully most of the season he's been a hit. So got Sissoko in goal, a back four of Ortiz, Dervas, Maidment and Akanji, Prente at the base of the midfield. Then we've got Vermin and Blotter. Then we've got Smearies on the right, who we are promised him more game time because that's dropped down a little bit, but he is only 19, so I think next season he's very much going to be first choice, hopefully. Then we've got Bernal on the right. Then we've got Njantu up front. Benfraj is slowly but surely coming back from injury. I think we probably do. He's not worth that much. I think we probably do look to move him on in January just because we've got Kanji. Don't really need 3 left backs in the squad. He's not registered for the Conference League anyway, but I think with Akanji as a solid backup, and probably will improve as the season goes on. Obviously, we do have that £10 million, I think it's £10 million optional future fee for Akanji, or that might be for Angel. I'm very sure it's for Akanji. So I think Benfraj's career, well, it barely got started. We never really saw what he was like because he got that really horrible, nasty injury, which I don't like anyone getting any sort of cruciate ligaments, especially when you were that close to the start of the season. It might have actually been during the season. Maybe, I don't know when it was, but it's very close to the start of it. But that's his career done. I think very much his Real Betis career done. So I think Benfranch probably. I don't think we necessarily put him on the transfer list, and that's a goal for Manis Spiris. But I think Benfranch, we will certainly look to maybe get him out on loan, trying to get a bit more playing time. And if failing that, we will just offer him to clubs, ask his agent if there's any interest. I mean, if his value is 17 to 19 million, which I highly doubt it, I think that's probably I think that's probably a false estimate. So I think he'll probably be only worth about 10 million, I should think. But if we can get as close to 17 million, that would be absolutely amazing for a guy that's barely played any football for us, certainly this season, and that's been out on loan last season. And probably I don't know who he was on loan to. I don't know how good he was. So hopefully we can get a bit of money in for him. Then hopefully we can do a bit more transfer business in January. Belotta puts the ball into the back of it. There we are on an attacking mentality. The past few games where we started on an attacking mentality hasn't gone to plan, so it's going to plan today. I don't know how good Sheriff are. Certainly don't know where they are in the table, so I don't know if they're fighting for a playoff spot. Where are they? They have got 4 points on the board, 24th on 7. So, I mean, I guess they do need to win to have any sort of hope of trying to get a win. But if Belotta puts the ball in the top corners like that every time he has a shot, they certainly ain't going to have a chance. And it's 3-0, 12 minutes into the game. This is going to be an absolute whitewash. This could be one of the first games ever in the series where I just hit the instant result button, because we're 15 minutes into the game and we're 4-0 up. I mean, that is quite crazy. I don't want to attack a mentality, but I wonder if the scoreline would be the same if we were just on a positive mentality. Who knows? But we scored. I mean, we had our first goal in the 9th minute. We had our 4th goal in the 15th minute. That's 4 goals in 6 minutes. There's barely a minute, 2 minutes between each goal. That's quite something. And Kanji and Jan, I think we probably do just get into halftime and probably just sim the rest of the match. I think if the knockouts are going to be like this, what's the point of playing them? Because no one's going to show up unless we. I don't. Who is actually top? Like, obviously Middlesbrough are up there. Don't know how they're in there, but they are in the Premier League. Obviously, you got Inter Milan. Apart from us, Inter Middlesbrough, I don't really see anyone that can really realistically challenge for the Conference League. It's just it's one of those. I don't really want to be in the Conference League because it's just a Mickey Mouse competition for all the little teams in Europe to have a chance of playing in a European competition. And Roman Puente puts the ball into the back of the net, and it's now 6-0. Who scored the 5th goal? Did I miss that? No, it's Njantu with the 5th goal. I didn't miss it. I just didn't realise it was the 5th goal. Akanji, Belotta, Bernal again. This is looking very, very good. What I would expect for a big team in Spain playing an absolute miniature team from Romania. So, yeah, I'm very happy with this. Very happy with this first half performance. So I don't know what we do for the second half, because it's obviously the game is pretty much done and dusted unless we concede a few goals just to make it a bit more interesting. I would like that. And Kanji has got the ball. Does he go all alone? I thought he was going to go all alone and try and take on that last defender to make himself one-on-one with the keeper, but Bernal with the strike. That's his 5th goal in the Conference League. Absolutely wonderful, and that is very much the game done and dusted, even though we're only just getting into half-time. 7 goals at the moment in the first half. It could be 8, so if Manis Spiris is having the ball down the left-hand side, and Jantu, how the hell did that come off? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but did that just come off both posts? Because I don't think I don't think I've ever seen that before. I might be wrong about that, but I've never seen that in a highlight before, where it comes off the right post and the left post and somehow still doesn't go into the back of the net. But we do it very, very well. Yeah, I don't know what we do in the second half, because if the second half's just like the first and lots of goals, I like lots of goals, but seriously, in an episode, this match is going to be at least 20 minutes long if there's going to be 14 goals in this whole match. Smiris has got the ball. He really put the ball into the box, really shoot, cuts inside. That was a decent effort, brilliant footwork from the little Greek, and just couldn't quite put the ball into the back of the net. He's having a brilliant game, Smiris. Obviously, the Conference League, he runs right in the Conference League. The league form from him could be a bit better, but obviously he is only young. He's only 19. He's going to get loads better. Sibatory with the ball. Is that another Sibatory? Is that they've got two Sibatories? That is quite ridiculous. And that is a bit of poor defending, that is. I think we're getting a little bit too complacent at the back, because we sort of just let the ball bounce in the area. I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, bit of mix up in communication from the two centre backs, I think, because one of them should have just cleared the ball, or maybe try to head the ball out for some form of goal kick or corner or throwing. Would have gone out for a goal kick if we had headed it out. No, not goal kick, the corner. That's what I meant to say. But 66 minutes on the clock. We are going to make a few changes. Furman is going to make way for... We'll get on Hernandez. Why is other midfielder, whatever his name is, I'm the worst manager in the world. I don't remember my other midfielder. Silva, that's his name. Why is he not on the bench? He must be injured or something. I think he's probably injured. That's why he's not on the bench. Kanji, he's playing well, so we'll keep him on. Ortiz is going to make way for Lee Chong, and I think... Oh, do you know what? We'll get on Patia. He hasn't had much game time, and it'll probably be the only game he ever gets to play, or only minutes he gets to play. So I'll give him 20 minutes in goal. If he completely bottles it and we concede 6 goals, we know never to play him ever again. Because this might be his goodbye in terms of in goal, unless Sissoko gets an injury and then he gets a run in the team. And Hernandez, basically one-on-one with the goalkeeper, somehow couldn't quite put the ball into the back of there, and it was good defending from their defenders. A couple of last-ditch defending, which is very, very good from them, but not good for us, because I want to score 10. We want 10. Come on, lads. I mean, when we got into half-time, 7-0, I thought it was going to be 10-0, but no, this second half has been quite straightforward. Nothing really too noticeable that has happened. And Shantu is going to make way for Angel. And I think Cobbs also comes on for Maidment. I think that'll be the last changes of the game. It should be. And yeah, 0 out of 5 subs left. We did have 1 stoppage remaining, but that's nothing we can do now. But a couple minutes left to go of our 7-1 thrashing over FC Sheriff. Has definitely denied them a spot in the knockout rounds or in the playoff rounds. Do I feel bad? No, because most of these teams in the Conference League absolutely awful. And I don't know how these lot have actually qualified, because it was just a walk in the park. I think if it's not a final between us, Middlesbrough or Inter, something's wrong with the Conference League. It really is. But hopefully we can carry on this great momentum with a win against Barcelona. The lineup for our match against Barcelona will be Sissoko in goal, a back four of Chong, Maidment, Guga and Leno, Prente at the base of the midfield, and ahead of him we've got Blotter and Furman, Sergio on the right, Hernandez on the left, and we've got Enchantu up front. We do have one injury, and that is Costa Silva. He's been out with a flu. That's why he missed the previous game, and he's missing today's. Garcia, unfortunately, is suspended. How long is he suspended for? just the one game, I assume. Yeah, just the one match suspension. Was he suspended for the Conference League, or did we just not take him off the bench? But hopefully, that's a strong look as starting 11. So theoretically, should be able to beat Barcelona. We've already beaten Real Madrid. We drew against Atletico Madrid, but still unbeaten against the two teams in Madrid. So very, very good. But let's see if we can beat Barcelona. Then that would mean we've got points against all the big teams so far after only playing them once in the league. That would be absolutely amazing to get 7 points against the top three sides in the league. That would be absolutely beautiful. But I suspect the Barcelona are a much more trickier team to play against than Real Madrid. They're a much quicker team in my opinion. So this might be a difficult game compared to the last game we played, which obviously was the 7-1 win over Sheriff. But hopefully, if we can get off to a good start, and Jantu is in space. He shoots, he scores, and we are 1-0 up against Barcelona. If we can do that on a consistent basis in this game, we're gonna do well. And the Sergio, what a ball, and then Jantu, what a run to get in behind the defence, and what strike that was, right into the roof of the net. The goalkeeper, I mean, he could have tried, but he wasn't gonna get anywhere near the ball, and we are 1-0 up against Barcelona 10 minutes into the game. That is fair. Well, the goal happened in the second minute, but that is a very, very good start, and I think we have a very decent chance of coming away from this game with at least 1 point, maybe 3. If we can get a second goal, we'll be in dreamland territory. So we might be able to get something from this game. And Demieri, who absolutely run right in the previous our last game against Barcelona last season, he was probably their main danger man. So hopefully, if we can keep him quiet, I reckon we've got a really good chance of picking up a very good win. It's only slight chance, but we do need to get a second goal to better our chances of getting something from this game. And Leno with the strike that was going in. If their goalkeeper hadn't made that save, that was going to go into the bottom right corner. That's very unlucky. We played very well. The first 25 minutes, absolutely wonderful. Lamine Yamal does whip in a free kick, and thankfully it doesn't fall to anyone, but they do still have the ball. Belotta with a fantastic challenge. I think on another day, if he needed to time that perfection, which thankfully he did. And Sergio with the strike, we go from nearly giving away a penalty to nearly scoring a goal in a matter of seconds. And that is just beautiful football. If we can play like this throughout the second half of the season, there's no doubt in my mind we could. It's probably too early to say this, but we could be in a title fight. We could. I'm not afraid to say that. We're 5 points behind Barcelona, obviously, as long as we continue winning this game and actually get the win. But at the moment, we're 5 points behind. We're really good form. We need to start beating the teams that are in and around us. So obviously, I think we got thrashed 6-1 against Bilbao. So if we can beat them in the reverse fixture, obviously, we know we can beat Real Madrid. If we can get a win against Atletico Madrid, that's at least 7 points on the board against them teams. And we could potentially 9 points if we do actually get the wins against them 3 teams. And obviously, Barcelona's near the end of the season, and that might not even matter if we're first and 6 points ahead. I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know. You never know what kind of, if we can turn up week in, week out, the best team in the world, that would be absolutely wonderful. But I don't think that's going to happen. Vermeeren is going to come. No, actually, no, we won't get on Vermeeren. Hernandez can drop into the midfield, and we're going to get on Bernal for Vermin. And I think for the other change will be Leno. No, Leno can stay on for now. We'll get off Maidment for Nervas. He can have a bit of a run around. Half an hour left to go. Still just the 1 goal in it. A second goal should be enough to wrap up the 3 points. Because looking at the stats, I think we thoroughly deserve all the 3 points today because Barcelona only 6 shots or 7 shots for on target. We've had 13 shots, 9 on target. We are at, but this has probably been one of our best performing games in my opinion. Even though we've only just had the 1 goal, we've had other better games than this, but this is no doubt in my mind one of the best games we've played all season. Mainly because we're just beating Barcelona, the best team in Spain. Prente is going to make way for Vermeeren, and I think Sergio also makes way for Manis Miris, who's now got it back up to a 3.5 star. So hopefully, if he continues to play well in the Conference League and does all right in the league, I think he'll be a top class player. I don't think we'll see the best of him until probably a couple seasons time where he starts playing week in, week out, and we have done it. That second half, we didn't need to do a lot in the second half. I mean, it was fairly quiet anyway. I don't think there was many, if not any, highlights at all, which I will completely take, but we did it. We got the 1-0 win against Barcelona, and I am very pleased with that result. And I presume we're still in fourth, but 5 points behind the league leaders. That is absolutely beautiful, and 5 points ahead of Atletico Madrid, albeit they do have a game in hand. So that is, I can't quite believe it. Obviously, we do have a January transfer window coming up fairly soon. So I think what we'll do is, because obviously we've got the Conference League knockouts coming up, so I don't know when they will be. So I think for now, I guess we'll probably just come back for our. I don't know what happens, but I think in the next episode, if the league is really easy, we'll just go straight to the Conference League. You know what, that's what we're going to do. In tomorrow's episode, the next episode, we will start our road to the Conference League final. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.